My name is Paden on Clancy Fairbanks. So I got a big old pile of junk right there because the engine exploded in my truck and we had to go buy a different one. Yeah, get off my butt, okay? So, for anybody looking for real estate stats, that's what I should be talking about. And I'm sorry that I didn't jump right into it. That I had to go with the truck stuff. I just wanted to seem kind of like a cool hip guy. Doesn't really matter. My name is Paden Clancy Fairbanks. I'm a real estate agent here in the state of Utah. Today, we're going to be going over some stats, and we're going to go over a couple of news articles about the Fed interest rates decreasing, and then just Donald Trump being elected in general. Not going to really be that political. We're not going to do that. I'm not going to even do an intro. So let me know if you got any other questions. But let's just jump right on into it. So you're saying, "Oh, Paden, what is going on? Why is the real estate market so crazy?" One, everybody says the real estate market's crazy all the time, and anybody that tries to time the real estate market is an idiot. It doesn't work like that. You're never going to know how to time the real estate market because you're not good at it. I'm not good at it. There's so many different economics to go into it. Two, the biggest factor that you have to understand in real estate is trying to buy a house when it functionally works well for you and a mortgage that's manageable, that you don't necessarily, if you're buying a house right now and you can't afford it and you're waiting to refinance in 2 years, don't do it. It's a bad idea. Nobody's going to guarantee that the interest rates are going to go down in 2 years. And 100%. They're going to go down in a month and everybody's going to be all excited and so stoked about it. And they're going to be like, "Look, I told you that." But, like, what if they don't go down? So, I'm not saying they will or won't. I'm not that kind of guy. But I'm just saying that it really is always a good time to buy a house unless you don't want to buy a house. And also, the only time that it's a good time to buy a house is if you can buy a house that functionally serves the needs that you need it to, whether that's an investment or a personal property or whatever and whatnot, that the mortgage payment is manageable, and that if you had scenarios happen where you lost your job, your legs exploded, whatever, you're able to still live in the house, pay the mortgage, do all that stuff. Okay. All that stuff doesn't matter. Let's talk about what everybody's doing here. Chris Roberts, if you're watching this right now, I need you to comment down below and just say skippity doodah, Chris. That's what I need you to say. Okay. All right. I'm going to quit blabbering about nothing. Median sold value for the month of November in 2024 was $500,000, which is $10,000 less, or about 2% less than what it was the month before, $510,000. You're going to sit there and you're going to be like, "Oh my goodness, that seems super crazy." It's not. It's not. It's basically treating it like for all of 2024, prices have fluctuated between $495,000 and $500,000, like between March and November. So you haven't seen that much of the roller coaster that we're accustomed to on going straight up and down. We are actually seeing a year where home values haven't really went up that much. If you do take it all the way back to January of 2024, you can see they're at $485,000. So we've seen probably a 3-4% increase, but it's not the same thing that everybody's so used to 7 or 12% increases. It's scenarios like this that make it so that real estate's not always the best investment because you're only getting a small amount of money a year, or possibly a small amount of equity a year. And so if you don't invest correctly and well, it's not going to keep up with stocks and all of that. Naturally, over time, it beats. There's a million variables. So that's all I'm saying is that this year specifically, we haven't seen prices go up a whole bunch, and on top of that, we're actually seeing a very stable, or very, what's the right word? A very boring last 6 months, and then in the last month we're actually seeing prices go down, which is okay. Once again, it's November, prices should start going down just a little bit. Next, we're going to look at the amount of homes that were sold, or 2,871, which is down from 1 month ago, 3,306. What does that actually look like? Homes sold are down 13% month over month, but year over year, November 2024 compared to November of 2023, homes sold are up about 17%. Understand, this just basically means that the amount of homes sold are higher than one of the worst years that we've seen in a decade, or quite possibly 2 decades. So it's good and bad. One, it's saying, you know what, even without interest rates decreasing anymore, we're still seeing the amount of homes sold demand effectively go up. But that's also bad because it's saying that there's something going on in the market. There's so many people moving into the state of Utah that the home prices are still going up, or the amount of people trying to buy homes is still going up compared to a year ago, with nothing else really changing. So there's a little bit of a concern there. Next, the amount of homes that actually sold homes that were listed went from 3,420 in November of 2024 down from 4,658 from October of 2024. Why are we using October and November stats? Because they're the full stats. We're going to do a full year breakdown next month, blah, 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 real estate, doesn't matter. But you'll see that homes listed year over year is up 10%, but month over month you can see that homes listed is down 27%. So this is my concern. When you're looking at both of these numbers here, demand and supply, these are the numbers that Paden, in his unprofessional opinion, in his dumb, stupid internet personality opinion, takes to heart, because this is basically saying that year over year we're seeing the amount of homes demanded is increasing quicker than the amount of homes supplied, which is showing that home prices in that scenario should keep going up if we're just looking at demand and supply. Although month over month, it's the exact same indicator. The amount of homes listed decreased quicker than the demand. So if demand keeps staying higher, it's an indicator that prices are going to go up some next year. There's nothing that's showing that they're going to go up 16% like they did in 21 or whatever that year was, but it is an indicator that we probably would see more than 3 or 4% gains that we saw this year. It would be higher than what we saw this year. Good or bad, right or wrong, doesn't matter. Don't go buy a house right now thinking that you're going to be doing really good, but that's just what the numbers are saying. That's what I'm seeing. Next, I want to look at your list of sold values at 96%. This is an indicator going the other way. At 96% is all of a sudden an indicator saying that people are selling their homes for about 97% of what their list price was, showing that sellers have unrealistic expectations of what the price of their home is. So if you're looking to buy a house, expect to pay about 96% of list price. That's a very general, every home's going to be different, but it's a great way to look at it just in general. But that once it gets below that 97%, especially once it gets below that 97%, it's an indicator prices are going to go down a little bit. Lastly, let's kind of just look at combined days on market. We're at 41. This is another one of those ones that's showing that days on market went up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months now. So even through the summer season, days on market was going up, showing less demand, showing people less wanting to try to get into a house as quickly as possible, indicating prices would be going down. So we've got two price indicators saying that they're going to go down, and then we've got supply and demand saying that prices are going to be going up. If you want old Paden's opinion, take it as you will. Might be the stupidest, dumbest, idiotic opinion in the world. Prices are probably going to go up next year a little bit. I'm assuming they'll probably go up to that 6 to 9% range. Pure speculation, means absolutely nothing. This is all for funsies. But these days on market and stuff like that, I think they're still leveling out more than the supply and the demand is. But once again, could be wrong. Lastly, taking a look at this right here, we went from an average mortgage interest rates from 6.18% 2 months ago in August, it would have been August, September, October, or September, whatever it was. We're all the way back up to 6.81% for November. Interest rates are going up. We don't have the full numbers for December yet, but I assume that once we go into December, they're not going to still be at that 6% or 5.5%. There would be a huge indicator that something's happening and that more people are going to be going into the market. As that average mortgage interest rate goes down, we're going to see more people entering the market, which will automatically increase the demand, which possibly will increase the amount of people trying to buy a house. So those are your basic stats. Those are your basic things to be pondering. I wanted to talk about this really quick. So the Feds decreased their federal rate by another 25 basis points a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So that's 75 basis points total. Maybe more than that, I'm not sure. But people are saying, hey, yo, Paden dog, P-dog, little PP. If interest rates are going down, if the Fed rate's going down, why aren't mortgage interest rates going down? There's a huge complexity to it. And I want to be super clear. These numbers are all tied together because it's all about the comfortability and stuff like that. But these rates are signaling that this is the amount of money it would cost for me to get a loan to try to start a business or loaning banks to banks. This is the rate they charge on top of that. Mortgage interest rates are on a separate field. The reason mortgage interest rates aren't going down at this point, I think, hugely comes from the fact that people are still uncertain about the real estate market, that they don't have confidence that the values of homes are going to be going up in the next year or even be staying the same. And they see that these investments, investing into businesses, are a better option than investing in real estate. And so that's even why the 10-year treasury yield is so high, is because it's basically people saying, I don't want to bet on real estate right now because I don't feel like it's good. So mortgage interest rates are going to stay high until people start feeling more comfortable with where the real estate market's going to go. So that's the way to look at it. Remember, yes, 100%. As the Fed rate goes down and as mortgage interest rates, people start getting more comfortable. There's some correlation between them. It's just not the way that people expect. And then the last thing I just kind of want to blabber about and say, Donald Trump did get elected. You got to wonder if he's not going to try to do something to try to decrease mortgage interest rates. He's probably going to, you got to assume he's going to probably try to deregulate the housing industry a little bit. I'm trying to get it so builders can build a little bit more. So politics aside, doesn't really matter. I think that the things that Trump's going to be trying to do is trying to spur the real estate market in a way that increases demand. This is pure speculation. I could 100% be wrong on this. So I wouldn't take this, but I would say that if he gets into office, people start feeling more comfortable with the mortgage, with housing and just in general. And then lastly, on top of that, if mortgage interest rates start going down because of that confidence, then there's a huge possibility that in the state of Utah we're going to see home prices increase by more than that 3 to 5%. They're going to be increasing, 6 to 9% or something like that. Pure speculation. Don't use those numbers exactly. What I'm trying to say is home prices are probably going to go up next year. I would assume. The old P-Dog would assume. Could be wrong. Doesn't matter. But what do you think? Comment down below. What do you think is going to happen in the real estate market? Is it going to be bad? Is it going to be good? What are your ponderings? If you got any questions on real estate in general, comment that down below. If you're looking to buy or sell a house in the state of Utah, holla at your boy Paden. Other than that, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day, and bye-bye now.